Michael Biehn climbs K2 in the film of the same name. An early hint as to where the sync is going arrives when the opening credits reveals a triangle whose apex is torn away in visual mimicry of the capstoneless Great Pyramid motif made famous by the dollar bill. In K2 Quest of the Gods, Ralph Ellis decodes the Great Pyramid as a world map pointing directly at K2, which this pyramid is itself said to be modeled after.
Check that out.
Mr. Ellis posits that the Hall of Records or some related elements might lie in waiting to be discovered on this mountain. Michael Biehn gets excited as our omnipresent helicopter swoops in to save the day. Please see the comic book cycle for the relevance of the chopper theme. Our Great Pyramid Peak is again given the Hollywood treatment in Vertical Limit. Sleazeball billionaire Bill Paxton arrives by helicopter to scale the toughest mountain on Earth and make a little money.
At 0900 hours Greenwich Mean Time, the inaugural flight of Majestic Air will fly over the summit, and we will be there to wave them on.
Other films by the same director, Martin Campbell, include the most recent 007 feature, Casino Royale. Ian Fleming based the villain of his novel, La Chiffre, or The Number, on British intelligence agent, occultist, and mountaineer Aleister Crowley, the Great Beast 666. Crowley was part of the first attempt to climb K2 in 1902. He failed. A year later, he would be meditating inside the Great Pyramid. Alexander the Great also had a fascination with Himalayan mountains, and Ralph Ellis speculates that the Pharaoh and Sun King was following secret initiate knowledge to find the Hall of Records, having to battle his way through the Hindu Kush. Both our paramount climbers, Biehn and Paxton, bring their synchromistic relevance together in James Cameron's Aliens.
Hudson, sir. He's Hicks.
Notice, if you will, paramount alien resonator Paxton's third-degree originated skull of Hiram Abiff, or the Queen of Sheba design.
So who's laying these eggs?
I'm not sure. It must be something we haven't seen yet.
Hey, maybe it's like an ant hive.
Bees, man. Bees have hives.
You know what I mean.
We now have the alien queen connected to the beehive and the paramount, with undertones of Freemasonic resonance. Lance Henriksen, seen here as Android Bishop, has recently been connected to the Illuminati-type theme in Lost in Manhattan in the conspiracy television series Millennium. The following feature, we are informed at the very beginning, is brought to us by Orion, fitting as the Pyramids of Giza, the World Trade Center, and the first-degree tracing board's layout can all be viewed as intimately connected to this constellation's famous three-starred belt, which points at Sirius. The same trick of having paramountaineers, Biehn, Henriksen, and Paxton together in one movie is a feat Cameron has accomplished twice.
Fuck you, asshole!
As Punk Paxton pulls a knife on the time-traveling governor of California, indulge my obsession by taking a closer look at the telescope, which sports our Stargate symbol, the octagon. Relevant octagonal overhead profiles to bear in mind for valuable context as we proceed include the overhead profiles of the layout of Giza, the Dome of the Rock, and the to-be-completed in 2012 Freedom Tower. Biehn, like Schwarzenegger, jumps through a circular vortex or stargate, now adding wormhole synchromistic flavor to his paramount and alien tastes. Arnold Schwarzenegger, just like Ronald Reagan, is an actor turned governor of California and a potential future Sun King, a clip from the 1993 futuristic science fiction film Demolition Man.
I've been an enthusiast of your escapades for quite some time now. I have in fact perused some newsreels from the Schwarzenegger library, and that time that you took that car...
Hold it. The Schwarzenegger library?
Yes, the Schwarzenegger Presidential Library. Wasn't he an actor when you...
Stop, he was president?
Yes. Even though he was not born in this country, his popularity at the time caused the 61st Amendment, which states that...
I don't want to know.
Goro Adachi at Etemenanki observes that Ronald and Arnold are anagrams. Further, he views Ronald's death and state funeral as a reenactment of the death of Osiris. and rebirth of the son or king as Isis's child Horus. It is a most peculiar but telling oddity that Goro observes and recounts in this regard, that the very same day the Olympic torch was passing through Giza right by the pyramids, as if symbolically passing the torch from Osiris Ronald to Horus Arnold. The coffin of Sun King Dramatic Magic Osiris Ronald lay on an octagon in Washington Chapel as the current pharaoh, possible Crowley descendant George W. Bush, paid his respects, the octagon confirming in my mind at least this hypothesis, as I view its esoteric evolution descended directly from Giza. Here is the same story told again in his films. Conan is crucified in Conan the Barbarian, nailed to a tree, just like the legends of the most famous Sun King and Pharaoh, Jesus Christ. Conan is of Atlantean descent, just like Pharaoh Jesus, if we follow the Atlantis as Giza Plateau theme explored in the comic book cycle and the Atlantis Magic Mushroom videos. By the end of the film, Schwarzenegger is crowned as king and sits on his regal throne. The tri-star or 3 stars of Orion inside the pyramid with the Abydos, Pegasus and helicopter resonator flying above brings us the following golden goodies. Philip K. Dick's Varless, Contact, Strange Attractors, Resonance, combined with Schwarzenegger and Verhoeven's magic Mystery Force, transports us to the pyramids of Mars.
Of course not. If Mars had an atmosphere, he'd lose control.
See down there?
It's a glacier. The whole core of Mars is ice. The reactor melted, and it releases the oxygen.
In Total Recall, the Stargate traveling governor brings life to our alleged dead red brother planet by activating alien technology inside a paramount, a feat which might be, in some fashion, prophetic if he is to be our, or the 2012 Sun King.
So they can fight this stupid war.
Excuse me, what's that?
You mean the pyramid mine? I used to work there till they found that alien shit inside.
Well, that's a rumor, isn't it?
Think so.
Now things get a little weird as I attempt to direct your attention back to the Simpsons clip already seen in the video Checker Chariots of the Gods. Homer dreams he is King Solomon presiding over a court case between Checker Chariot, a distinctive type of classic taxi with the checkerboard as logo, and Jesus Christ, our ideological Giza/Atlantis Freemasonic Sun King.
Okay, next up, Jesus Christ versus Checker Chariot.
I came to get down, so get out your seat and jump around, jump around, jump around. Or better yet, a Terminator, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, trying to play me out like as if my name was...